Hey guys, Centrifuge here. This is going to be kind of a different one-on-one discussion with you guys because I want to talk about something that happened to me this morning. Got up, went on YouTube, and there was a video on there that just kind of broke the camel's back for me on this whole Star Wars Outlaws situation. Getting into controversy is not really something I do, but Star Wars Outlaws seems to be steeped in controversy that I think is kind of messed up. And the creator of the video I watched today really rubbed me the wrong way, and the sad thing is it's from a creator that I have grown to like, and I've watched his stuff because he's covered a franchise that I adore, but I just kind of lost all respect for him today. Regardless though, there's been much discussion over the seemingly uglification of female characters in video games. With that comes a lot of unprovoked hate, I think, and which Star Wars Outlaws is going through right now. It's going through the thick of it. And I get a lot of this is just from the fact that people don't really like Ubisoft. It's not a well-liked company these days. I'm not saying anyone should like them either. That's not what this video is. I'm not telling you what to like or dislike. Ubisoft has given the world plenty of examples to not like them, to not support them, whether it be like crappy management, occasional poor working conditions, and even just kind of negligence. But the tricky thing is, when it comes to talking about studios like this that people dislike, they often say, I just want them to close. Let's make Ubisoft go under. And I don't think people really understand the ramifications of the things that they talk about. There are lots of employed people at Ubisoft, and some of them put their hearts into these games, I'm sure others don't, and a lot of them have passion. Yes, they're heavily corporatized, formulaic at times, but can you imagine how many people would be added to the growing roster of unemployment if a big company like Ubisoft went under? But so many people seem to want that just because they get angry at a product. With that said, the video in question seemed a lot more like a vessel to spread hate for the game and the people who worked on this game as a whole, instead of it being a device for dialogue that is constructive. In fact, there wasn't one piece of positive discussion in this video. And when you start attacking a lead designer simply because you don't like the look of the main character and the face and the body by calling the lead designer ugly, well, you've just lost all of my respect, and what a low level of pettiness to go to. People are allowed to feel any way they want about something, and if you don't like something, that is fine, as long as you have a solid reason for it and you can go about it in a respectful manner, which a lot of people don't, and certainly this individual did not. I personally cannot get behind the concept of hating a game or a design of a character just because they don't make me randy and they aren't considered conventionally attractive. The tricky thing is everyone has their own definition of what beauty is. It's subjective. But it comes a point of, why do our main characters in all media have to display these qualities for us to be able to enjoy a game where the main character will be viewed from the backside for 90% of it? I shouldn't have to say this, but women, fictional or not, are not there for our own visual gratification. What matters most to me is how the character is utilized in a game. Do they have a compelling, steady, and emotional arc? Do they take advantage of the character? Are they kind and easy to resonate with? Are they humorous? And for anyone that has been subscribed to this channel for the last several years, you'll know that I'm kind of being a hypocrite right now, because I did do a video 2 years ago on Isaac Clarke's new design for Dead Space Remake and how I didn't really agree with it. But I will say at the same time that I was more constructive in that video, and I didn't once say that people are wrong and that the company sucks. It's just that I disagree with it personally. And at the same time, I'll admit that I'm pretty ashamed of that video, and it's not the content that I wanted to make. And the only reason I made it was because I wanted to get clicks, and this kind of content gets clicks. Like, it's just the way it is. Hate breeds curiosity. And the only reason I still have it up on this channel, even though I've went back and demonetized it, is because it's an arc of me growing on this channel. And if you've noticed, if you followed my content, you'll know that I don't make videos like that anymore because it's just not who I am. And I wasn't being true to myself when I made it. And the world is already so full of hate and anger. What's the point of adding to it? Now, the last topic I kind of wanted to discuss is the notion that Ubisoft is buying reviews because they had a preview taken down. Again, the video in question suggests that the videos are paid for, the reviews and previews are paid off, to stop them from spreading negative commentary about the game, because a big game like this, obviously Ubisoft wants to see massive sales. But this viewer also didn't do anything to remark on how there are multiple reasons why a preview may not be approved by the company, right? But the thing is, if you do any amount of research and you go through other channels and see their preview videos, well, they have a lot of good to say, especially like ACG and SkillUp and JoeRaptor. They all said the game's going to have issues on launch, and that it's not going to break the mold of traditional Ubisoft games, so everyone knows what they're getting, and also that it really didn't impress them. and they got to play 4 hours. So that tells you right there. I mean, it's not exactly strong hype for the game. So why are people getting their previews denied? Well, I don't know. And nobody else knows either. Maybe the people in question promoted the game by telling people to pre-order it, and maybe that's not what Ubisoft wanted. Maybe the preview came off less genuine, or they stated false facts. Who really knows? No one can say for certain that it was any of these things. I'm just saying business is a complicated thing, and it's unfair for any of us to throw accusations that these reviews were paid off, because it doesn't even seem to be the case. If it is, obviously that sucks, but there's no proof. All of this stuff just seems to be there to fuel that hate train, because we gotta have a hate train in our society. For all those people out there that need something to be angry at and something to spend their time on, I just personally don't get expending that much energy to be negative. If you don't like Ubisoft and you don't want to get Star Wars Outlaws, great. If you're staying true to yourself, I think that's awesome. But I hope you're doing it for the right reasons and not just because you think that the main character is ugly. These designs are made with the team's own vision of what the character should be, and they don't have to appeal to you just to make the game work. I don't know, I kind of miss when gaming was a more positive space, you know? I mean, there is still a lot of room for positive discussion, but it just seems everywhere I look lately, it's nothing but anger and hate. I'm just getting so tired of it. Gaming is something that I feel very lucky to be able to partake in. I love being a part of this community, and I love that it's something I'm able to do. It's a part of who I am, and I will remain to be a positive voice in this community. Unless, you know, something deserves negative, constructive feedback, then absolutely I'll do that. If you've watched any of my long-form videos, you know that I try my best to be as fair as possible when it comes to games. And I like to have an open discussion about these games because nothing is one-sided and everyone has their own views. Yeah, and I'm going to keep trying to do that. So I don't know, I just felt the desire to really talk about this because it really rubbed me the wrong way, and all of this is rubbing me the wrong way. But I'll leave you with something a little bit positive, is be respectful. And be respectful to others and be true to yourself. And don't just jump on the hate train to become a part of a community, you know? Be yourself. That's all I really have to say. Hope you guys, you know, stick with the channel and everything. I know I'm sure this video may be a little divisive, but I want to get my 2 cents out there and talk about it. So anyway, I have a video coming out tomorrow. It's a review for Nobody Wants to Die. I have a bunch of other videos coming out. I'm working on a video review for Star Wars Bounty Hunter right now too, so stay tuned for that. Enjoy the rest of your day.